Hi guys, my name is Akrizi and this is the movie Critic. The movie director Christopher Nolan's latest cinematic spectacle, Oppenheimer, has finally made its way into several and different theaters all over the world. 3 years after the British director's previous movie titled The Tenet. I believe a lot of you have seen Tenet, the movie. Now, the new movie titled Oppenheimer is all about the American scientist and physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, the mastermind behind the atomic bomb. That is why he's actually called the father of atomic bomb. With Cillian Murphy playing the character of Oppenheimer, the American scientist. We have a whole lot of other, cast in the movie, and of course they all did well. While most theaters around the world will be showing Oppenheimer, there has been some speculations about whether Oppenheimer will be shown in Japan because of its subject matter. You guys might be asking, why? What subject matter is wrong? Why will theaters in Japan not show Oppenheimer? Oppenheimer is one latest big movie like that, and everybody would want to see this movie. So why would a country feel like they don't want their citizens and their compatriots to see this movie? Well, I will explain things. And Oppenheimer is just beyond a name or an American scientist per se. It is beyond the tales of the creation of the atomic bomb itself. However, it is all about the weight, the trauma, in fact, the after effects and the PTSDs that it gives to those who reside in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and of course, the compatriots of Japan at large. You guys are still asking, why? How does an American scientist have to? What does he have to do with Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Japan? Now, let me take you guys on a short history lesson. But before I delve deep into these deep waters of history lessons and why Japan might or will ban Oppenheimer in their theaters, why don't you take a moment to like this video? Yeah. You need to click on that like button. And also turn on the post notification bell and subscribe to the channel. See, the thing is, you and I both know that these things, they don't take your time. Not if they cost a dime, they don't cost a penny. Guys, subscribe. Come on, guys, just do that for me. Thank you. Now, let's get to work. In the heart of the World War, back then in the 1940s, the United States ordered the use of the atomic bomb created by Oppenheimer on the Japanese, as they have refused to back down nor surrender. The first atomic bomb, however, was nicknamed Little Boy, and it was launched around the 6th of August 1945 in the early hours of the day, around 15 minutes past 9 in the morning, which destroyed every living inhabitant in some mile radius. Now, the Emperor of Japan, as at that time, refused to surrender to these attacks, and the then President of the United States of America, President Truman, ordered another attack on Japan 3 days after the first bomb had been released, now in a bigger city called Nagasaki. Now, a bigger and more deadly atomic bomb nicknamed Fat Man was released on Nagasaki exactly 3 days after the Hiroshima incident. Now, this actually now resulted in the destruction of all things in the 2.5 mile radius from the center of the city, killing over 200,000 people. I mean, in both Hiroshima and Nagasaki, get all together, the total number of people that died were more than 200,000 people. Those that were not even killed by the blast, that survived the blast, they suffered radioactive damage, internal organ damage, blindness, they had skin irritation, they had skin burn, they had, leukemia. Those are the after effects, adverse effects. Leukemia, cancer, their lands were destroyed, their water was corrupted, high level of radiation. After these deeds had been done, the Emperor of Japan back then finally surrendered, and the United States claimed victory. Now, I want you guys to now tell me how Japan would ever forgive the United States of America for these atrocious doings. There have been pleads, there have been a lot of dialogues. In fact, President Obama back then went to Japan to give his condolences and stuff. But of course, it doesn't work for the lives that has been lost. More than 200,000 people were killed, for crying out loud. So personally, I doubt that they would want people to see this movie. Now, it actually now begs the question, will Oppenheimer be in Japanese theaters? Personally, I doubt. Honestly, maybe not. Who knows? Japan hasn't completely banned Oppenheimer actually from its theaters. But neither is there a release date for the movie in the country. Now, we all know that this movie was owned by, created by the Universal Pictures. Now, a Universal spokesperson, per se, told Variety in June that plans have not been finalized in all markets. This suggests that Japanese audiences won't be able to see Nolan's movie at the same time as the rest of the world, as Toho, the biggest Japanese distributor of the Hollywood films, has yet to decide on its release plans per Variety. Thankfully, Japanese audiences, if curious and motivated enough, could still use, other means to watch the movie, even if the government have decided to place an embargo on it. We all know what VPN does, we all know, right? So, because they would want to miss out on, the history of their country, how, the bombs were, used on them and stuff. Well, all things being equal, I am not Japanese. Neither is any government policy stopping me from seeing the movie. I've seen this movie, and it's all with the time, you get, as it tells deep tales about the father of the atomic bomb. It's a 3 hours movie, so it's really, really long. It's going to take your time, with heavy dialogue and narration, black and white sequences, movie setting befitting the 1940s. Christopher Nolan really outdid himself on this one, and all kudos to all the screenwriters. Music score by Ludwig Göransson was amazing, and all the actors and actresses from Cillian Murphy to Emily Blunt to Florence Pugh, and Robert Downey Jr. This is just to name a few. The Oscar award deserving movie deserves it 5 stars, just as this video deserves your like, comment, and subscriptions. Gracias and namaste.